Have you ever wondered where the name Onitsha actually comes from? It's a derivative of the phrase Onwecha, which basically means outskirts towards the wild. It describes the people who weren't afraid to push boundaries and settle at the edge of the map. Today, Onitsha is a massive hub, but the story of how it started, that's where it gets really interesting. So everything traces back to one legendary figure, Nani Ezechima. He's the father of Onitsha Mili and many other communities along the river Niger. Now, if you ask people where Ezechima came from, you'll get different stories. What we do know for sure is that back in the day, Ezechima was an Igbo man who became so wealthy and powerful in Idu, present-day Benin, that he became a threat to the Oba. Mind you, the Benin Kingdom had a significant number of Igbo people living there at its prime. Eventually, Ezechima and his followers had to flee east. They weren't the only ones who left, but they were definitely the most famous group to do it. Now, don't think for a second that Onitsha is just one block of people. It's more like a massive family tree with branches coming from everywhere. First, you have the core Chima group like Isiokwe, Oboliolosi, Umweza Arole, and Okebunabo. Then, you have the people who joined them on the long trek from Idu like Ugunobamba and Ekenu Benefo. When they finally arrived, they weren't alone. They were met by a reception group, families like Obotu, Mbelekeke, and Oreze, who were already on the ground. Over time, people from neighboring spots like Oze and Obosi joined the mix too. So it's a huge network. You've got about 19 other communities scattered across Inwani that are part of the story. By 1550, Ezechima's descendants finally settled down and founded Onitsha. Because they lived right by the water, they are called Ndiolu. They kept their unique tradition. The moment they arrived, they set up a shrine called Onitsha and appointed a priest known as the Ezani. Their leaders are called the Obi or Ezo Onitsha, and the rules are very strict. Only an Ikbaleze can become a king, and the coronation has to happen at the Udo shrine. One thing you have to respect about Onitsha is how they protect their culture. For starters, every Onitsha man is expected to join the masquerade cult. There is also the Ozo title. It is so sacred that during the initiation, only people born in Onitsha are allowed in the room. So when you see how big the Onitsha metropolis is today, just know it has been a big tent from day one. We have Onitsha metropolis, which comprises Onitsha Mili, Obosi, Obahu, Mpo, Oze, Nkwele Zunaka, Oba, and more. That's the story of Onitsha, a people who moved from the heart of an empire to the wild outskirts and built a legacy that is still standing strong even today. Hope you enjoyed that bit of history. Which other place would you like us to talk about? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share, and also follow this page.